Well, shit, fire, man. Here I am with my buddy. That's Phil Donahue. All right. He, I cut my eye teeth on this guy's teachings. He was my teacher. He's the one who taught me how to read the Bible. And since I've come over on my own, I have my own little station here, whatever. Um, now I have the code, the same code he uses, except I use the code to tell what the stories are. You know that the four different places, the four different worlds, the four beasts. All right, those are that's a particular code, and that particular code runs the Bible. So I've gone and found even more stuff out than what he said. His things are all about 10, 12 years old, but it's still cool. You know, my stuff's going to grow old. It's all going to be the same. You know, it's going to be about the same because it's talking about he and I we talk about the same thing. He's got a bunch of people on his side. You know, I've only got a little bit. You know, but I talk about this all the time. What I would like to come on here. You know, and say I'm going to have a conversation with the devil, okay, and find out what his job is, you know. And so I was thinking, well, what can I do, you know? And there's nothing really, you know. It's actually acting the same way because that's what we're doing. We are first off, we're we don't have, you know, the Holy Ghost, and we don't have a soul. And in fact, not really a soul. This soul is under control of Father, and you know, Father's the boss, you know, and so he gets his way, and so we're going to be running around with his girlfriend, this whore of Babylon, and we don't get a hold of ourselves, and we don't get a hold of Mother until many, many, many years from now, and it goes to show when they when when they invented the fork and put the fork out, they said, "Oh my God!" They said, "This is the devil's work." You know, this is the devil's work, and then you know things that would come up like musical instruments. It was all bad. Everything. I mean, fancy food, bad. You know, everything that was done too much, you know, and now we got so many things out here that make things really, really terrible. We have our songs, we have our movies, we have our oh my God, everything, you know. You know, they talked about Baal, you know, the Baal worshiping, you know, and they had uh, they had this Baal worshiping, and they went and they did a little ceremony. They did one in London, and then over here in New York City, and it was a Baal worship, you know. And so what it is Baal was from years ago, you know, and it was about giving up your babies for them, for money, giving up your child is basically what it was. And that you could see that they could make money off of this. You know, if those people that came into worship that day dropped off a baby to get killed, you know, and get sacrificed. Hey, that person's going to make some money from that. They're going to make more money than everything, you know. So they're taking the child away from it. Well, that's reading the Bible on the outside. But you know, the child that we are giving up is our child. Our soul is our child, is our son. All right, so we have xed him off, just like we were, you know, like Cain, just killed him, just like that. And then he runs off, worried about being killed. On his first day, his time is going to go around. He's going to run around, being afraid of being killed. Well, that's just a shame. Well, we are in that same situation where no matter what we do, we are sinning. And we are sinning to high hell. All right. I can't help but say that you know he my friend here, Bill, he has a way of telling this thing, and he has a way of kind of making you feel bad too if you're doing it. But it just happens. It just so happens that people can check their own business at the door, and that means to go into meditation and get this going on. This is what this is. This idea is if you're sad or this or that, something's going on. If you want to get some kind of let's see, your your single eye is going to produce something about something along the lines of melatonin. It's going to lighten things up. It's going to create some kind of as a cancer killer, stuff like that. So these are things that are going to do. These are things that are going to be good for you, and so it doesn't hurt you to use them, and you should know about them. And so, well, here we are. We're explaining the way to get up there to above the head, above the particular spot here where heaven is, right here. Whereas whenever we started out this day in this life, we started out with a lower mind and a higher mind. We had this situation where they're not communicating very well at all. This one will agree to something and this one won't. It'll be one of these things. There's no communication between the two of them. You have to communicate. They have to come together to be able to talk about things and to, relate things. That's when the lower mind is no longer there and the higher mind is no longer there. All one thing. It's all level right there. That's where you want to be. And you want to be alive when you're doing this because, when you're dead, it's all over with. And it's like, oh man, you got to start all over again. And of course, that would mean you got to remember everything and stuff like that from beginnings and ends. There's no way that you're going to be doing this when you're dying. So this is the way that we are told to do it. Those people that endure to the end, those people will be saved. Those people that can endure till the end. All right. That's one of my, let's see, what is this? One of my, let's see, ball is back. Let's see, what is this one here? Matthew 24. Oops. Well, damn. All right. Well, here, let's see. Matthew. Let's see. Here we go. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. Now, you have to see this. What? Record this tab. Oh, no. Record this tab. Oh, no, I don't know what I'm doing. Well, anyways, let me see if I can find you again. Let's see here. Is that it? No. Is that it? Is that it? No, that's not it either. Is this it? No. At that day ye shall know that I am in my Father, and ye in me, and I in you. Well, this is when you actually do it. This is when you actually come. You'll find that this is some Jesus is with the Father, and Jesus is in us. This is in us. Okay. Damn, I can't remember what we're doing. If thou shalt confess with thy mouth the Lord Jesus, and shalt believe in thine heart that God hath raised him from the dead, thou shalt be saved. Have you ever heard that? And what do people say? They say, "Oh, he's saved. He's died for me," And so they're connected in the church like that. Hey, yeah, you got Jesus with you. Yeah, you got him. They don't know that Jesus did this. They don't know what he's done. They have to know that he's meditated. He has to tell us to take no thought. They can't think this. This is where no, no. Well, I can't find my name. I can't find my face. Oh, here we are. I'm back here. Dun, dun, dun. Well, anyways. Well, I hope I got to some of you. You know, um, I was hoping to kind of scare you into it, but it's not being scared. Jesus, I mean, the painting, the picture that they've got, the devil being is well, I don't know if that's correct. All red and bloody and this and that and what have you. It's just not, because he holds both good and bad in his hands, and he's responsible for both me and you. And so he's going to have something good for him. You know, and the good thing is that he gives us up one by one out of hell and gives us up to God. You know, and it's a wonderful thing. You know, and now we can go and live our lives wild. Not wild. You're not going to go out and do this and do that, but it comes to you when you're older, and you're older, and you got old bones and old things, and you're going to work them bones out. You're going to just whittle it out until the end, and see what happens. Just see what happens. But once you learn that you go inside yourself, you go inside, stimulate all these different things inside you. You particularly hit this one part, the pineal gland, and then things are, all things are good for them. All the things that the real people worry about the religion and stuff. All those things that they worry about are things that we don't. We look at them as a beautiful thing, and we're looking at them as something that's going to help us and something that's going to save us, not something that's going to hurt us. But if you go on thinking that, it will hurt you, but you just got to know that you have a time when you got to go on, when you're thinking like that, when you have to think like that. And then there's a time when you have to think differently. There's a time. And that's not going to give everybody a chance to come over to this place. But it's going to give those people that have the mind to work this out. All right. So I hope the best for y'all. I'll chat with you soon. This is very much up and for old, for young, and everybody. This whatever I teach or preach is going to be open for everybody. Okay, I'll see you later.